What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we're going to take a look at this Palomino by Palomino Badland Edition compact travel trailer. Let's see what that's all about. This is pretty cool, and it's got some interesting perks that I think you might like, especially if you want to see some pretty cool storage. Hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, so before we get started, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit. So this is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 4,945 pounds. It'll have a cargo capacity of 989 pounds. Relatively light cargo capacity, but the trailer itself is actually really light. So 5,000 pound GVWR. This is going to be easily half-ton towable. Just make sure you get the right equipped half-ton truck. Believe it or not, there's some half-ton trucks that can't actually tow this. So you want to make sure that your truck isn't one of those trucks, right? This is very, very lightweight and compact for even some of your larger SUVs. So as long as you have, 7,000 pounds worth of towing capacity, you can probably manage this, but definitely get a weight distribution hitch, sway control, so you can manage it in case you get into some heavy crosswinds. Anyways, let's kind of walk around. Again, this is the Badland Edition, so they've done some interesting things to it. Has a single propane can up front, electric tongue jack as well. Let's take a look inside of this Palomino 189 BHS. Alpha Ply. One thing I love is that right there. This uses Azdel. A lot of RV brands are switching to Azdel. Basically, you avoid delamination, which is a really, really good thing. All right, stepping inside, we got a nice friction hinge on this door. Dry weight on this unit is 3,939 pounds. Overall length, 22 feet, 11 inches long. All right, stepping inside here, it's an interesting setup right off the bat. So this is not a Murphy bed. It's kind of an interesting fold design. So you fold the bed down and then you fold the mattress out right here on top. So when it's all folded up, this is kind of what it looks like. I think I would have preferred a Murphy bed only because it gives you a little bit more room when everything's up. Well, I kind of take that back. Looking at this a little closer, the Murphy bed would usually be right here, and you'd still have the sofa. So this might be what you may consider to be a little bit more reliable version of a Murphy bed, simply because you don't have that giant hinge that could eventually break or fall, especially if you're doing any type of mild off-roading. So you have a really, really nice width couch. I mean, this is pretty much a full-size couch, and it looks pretty comfy. It is comfy, but the cushions aren't that deep, but it's actually pretty comfortable. Over here you have a booth-style dinette on your single slide. This is a full extending slide, so you get quite a bit of room when it's out. You have pleated blinds, more of a modern look than most of the ones I've seen. Under here you have some storage. Those are the legs for the dinette, which would plug in right here and hold the table when you're not sleeping on it. More storage on this side. Coming around to the kitchen, you have an articulating TV, which is really nice. Your theater system's right there, and then your slide control pumps and things like that are all right there. Nice straining rack above the single basin stainless steel sink. You have two drawers down here. They seem like they would extend pretty far. Well, so the bottom one extends pretty far, not so much on the top one. Coming this way, you have a 2-burner gas cooktop. Nice cabinetry up here. Then you have a microwave down there. Your fuse panel and everything. You have a 12-volt refrigerator in here, which is nice. On this side, you have more storage. This is kind of your pantry space. Then you have 2 bunks right here. When we get outside, I'll show you what is in there. This is going to be your pantry space. Has a good amount of it. And then into the restroom. So, first thing I don't like about this unit is the fact that it does not have a sink inside of the bathroom. The only sink is going to be out here in the kitchen up here. So you have to leave the bathroom to go to your sink to wash your hands. It would have been nice if they put maybe one of those toy hauler style cornered sinks in here, at least for that. It does have a porcelain foot flush toilet, so that almost makes up for the lack of a sink. Actually, it probably would have made up if that was plastic. They probably could have put one of those there from a cost perspective. Decent sized shower, but I do wish that this was a little deeper. But you could probably be about 6 foot tall and comfortably fit inside of here. Not too bad overall. Has a single Coleman Mach air conditioning system up top. You have this really interesting fan. You basically push it up and you can turn it on. Interesting. I wonder how much air that actually moves. And then you have another one right up here. And of course, you have the big window up front. It's not bad overall. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what this is like when the bed's out, and I believe it's a king-size bed. No, it's probably a queen, so it probably just goes to the end of this, and that would definitely be a queen bed. So, in essence, what you do is you flip this down, and then that flips out over it. Now you have a queen-size bed. Check this out. So you have a big old storage here that I didn't even notice. Space underneath there. Very cool. What are your thoughts? What do you think of something like this? Very lightweight. Absolutely something most of your standard tow vehicles could probably haul, as long as you have the minimal amount of towing capacity and cargo capacity to be able to support it. Let's take a look outside. So this is going to have an MSRP of $33,314. Sales price is going to be significantly less than that, so you definitely want to give them a call if this is something you're interested in. It's relatively compact, you know, and again, because you can tow it with a lot of different types of tow vehicles, it's definitely going to be appealing to a lot of folks. Palomino puts this really cool kind of bed liner material around the front of it, protects it against rock strikes, things like that when you're towing it down the road. It has scissor style stabilization, plus it has an electric front tongue jack. On this side you have the outside of your water heater. This is going to be your freshwater connect and your city water connect. So one essentially fills the tank. The other one is what you would use if you have constant water connection at an RV park. Schwintek slide on the single slide. I like this nice side color versus the front. So some RVs just use white here or black, and I think this looks really nice. Nice high gloss to it as well. On this side you see that it has the TST tire pressure monitoring system. This has those Westlake off-road tires. Would have been nice to see something a little nicer there. And this also has a torsion axle as well, so that is nice. It's likely going to be the Dexter Torflex technology axle. Now this is cool. So from the back here, you know, reasonably thick baggage door, really lightweight though. This is that space that was underneath the bed. It's enormous. You could easily fit a couple folding e-bikes in here, like electric bikes. You could probably throw 2 or 3 of them in here pretty easily. But that is really nice. Easy to access, easy to put your stuff in here before you hit the road. I love it when RV manufacturers take advantage of extra space that might otherwise be dead, or they just think a little bit outside of the box on how you can make storage a little bit more accessible and easier to use. Just like on this Ibex next to us, this door that it has on the side that takes you to the bunkhouse. But that is very, very cool, and I can definitely appreciate that. Something that is interesting is the fact that this Ibex and this Jayco are roughly the same length, but the Ibex has twin axles and this has a single axle. And the Ibex also uses torsion axles as well. Interesting. Coming back here, LED lighting. LED lighting up top. It is wired for a Furrion wireless backup camera. You have your spare tire here on the back. That trailer is also probably a lot heavier than this one. You have a nice solar connection back here as well, so you can connect exterior solar panels, things like that. Your black tank flush, 30 amp connection down there, and you have a cable connection. Again, LED lighting. You have a good sized awning that stretches this side. I'd say it stretches about 80% of the side length here. Very nice, electric power awning. And you have your stabilization jacks down there. Outside of your furnace, stereo system. Again, you have your tire pressure monitoring, and indeed it is the Dexter Torflex axle. Overall, this is a pretty cool RV, I gotta admit. You know, this is one of those types of RVs that doesn't cost a lot to get into. You can tow it with just about anything. Or well, just about anything with the towing numbers and cargo capacity to be able to support this. And it can get you out there and kind of exploring around. Very, very nice. What do you guys think? Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please leave a comment below. First of all, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on trailers like this. And then subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.